It's the PIHL postseason as we have the quarterfinals starting here this evening from the Ice Castle here in Castle Shannon. It's the number 1 seeded Thomas Jefferson Jaguars versus the number 8 seeded Hempfield Spartans here this evening. Alex Lyons and Jose Negron with you for all the action from the Ice Castle as looking to get back to the title game and back to the championship pedigree they once were. The Jaguars have not won a PIHL title since 2000, which was the end of a three-peat for the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson. On the other side of things, Hempfield starting their quest for their first PIHL title, as Hempfield, last time they got kind of close was a couple years ago in the shutdown season when they ended up falling to Greater Latrobe in the semifinals, as that was an absolute stellar matchup between the Latrobe Wildcats and then Hempfield Spartans, led by Matt Trzynski, who's one of the best players in all of 2A, as we get set here to get underway from the Ice Castle. Things to look at on both sides. At first, the goaltending matchup, it's going to be Billy Seaman getting the start. 13-1-1, a .239 goals against average, .894 save percentage. Has 2 assists on the season, including one that came in the first meeting between these two teams. And Seaman's been getting it done all year long. And the one thing that has eluded the senior netminder this year is a shutout. On the other side of things, we are going to see Zach Francisco, 4-6 on the season with a .485 goals against average and the .803 save percentage. But it's a Thomas Jefferson team overall that has been operating on all cylinders this season. 6.53 goals per game for the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson, while only giving up just over 2 goals per game at 2.16. Hempfield scoring 4.47 and giving up 5.32. But a big thing to watch at, and I'll have circled any chance we see it today, special teams. Thomas Jefferson, a lethal power play. And when I say lethal, I mean absolutely lethal. 41.4%, 29 goals with the man advantage this year for the Jaguars. And Hempfield's PK only operating at 68.3%. So definitely something to look at here in this game if Hempfield gets the penalty box a lot. In the first meeting, it was a 6-3 victory for the Jaguars. Come from behind, they were down 2-0 after one, had a battle back and beat Hempfield 6-3. That was back on November 8th here at the Ice Castle. Hempfield was 1 for 8 on the power play. TJ was 2 for 4. And again, I expect special teams to possibly play a big factor here into this one this evening.
Yeah, and a very lethal offense, too, with this Thomas Jefferson Jaguars team. Alex, 124 goals scored for them coming into the postseason, ranked second in Class 2A behind Franklin Regional. And obviously Jake Stock and Colby Bilski, big reasons why Bilski currently leads. Oh, actually, Nick Stock leads the team with 32 points, 12 goals, 20 assists. Colby Bilski is the leading goal scorer with 16 goals on the season. And this is a team that has a lot of balance, a lot of guys up in the 20-point range, and a lot of depth here for these Thomas Jefferson Jaguars.
Yeah, 6 players with 20 or more points for Thomas Jefferson entering play today. And really on the other thing, you have Aiden Dunlap. He's 8th in 2A in scoring with 16 goals, 18 assists, 34 points. But, you know, it's kind of been a 2-man army, really, maybe 3 for this Hempfield team with the aforementioned Aiden Dunlap. Also, you have Zach Rodella with 28 and 25 for Bush. Bruno's been very good as well. But the thing is, Thomas Jefferson has really a complete top-to-bottom pedigree of the way their lines stack up. It's a very deep team, and I think that's where you could see the advantage lie for the Jaguars here this evening, is their depth versus this Hempfield team, which is a very power-heavy line. And it's kind of a different thing what they were used to having a few years ago. As we'll step aside for the playing of the national anthem, we come back, we'll have the start of this one here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Anthem played as we get set to start here from the Ice Castle this evening between the Jaguars and the Spartans. As, again, this year earlier, it was a 6-3 win for Thomas Jefferson. And as you can see on your screen, just the size and roster difference with the number of players Thomas Jefferson has to our right versus Hempfield's lineup to our left. Thomas Jefferson finished atop of the West in 2A, 17-1-0-1-0. While on the other side of things, for Hempfield, they finished in the final playoff spot in the East of 2A, 9-9-0-1-0, just edging out Latrobe by 1 point to clinch this postseason berth here in the PIHL Penguin Cup playoffs, as Bilski would take the draw against Dunlap as we get set to get underway, as the opening draw is controlled by the Hempfield Spartans. Far side, wrist shot in, kicked away by Seaman. Far side corner, wrapped around and in. First shot of the game, a sharp angle goal. It's Eisman. And it's 1-0 Hempfield, just 10 seconds in.
What a start for Hempfield. And maybe a shocker for the Jaguars here 10 seconds into this one, as the Spartans, the 8th seed, draws first blood.
As icing right off the draw, and we'll go back down the distance. One shot, one goal. It belongs to Eisman. From the far side corner, sneaking it past the senior netminder, Billy Seaman. Remember the first meeting, it was a 2-0 lead for Hempfield. They fell 6-3 as the puck ricochets back to the point, poked along by Spencer, near side, back out, neutral ice. Brent Smith just jams it back in, taken from his own end, Eberhard. Eberhard up to the goal scorer, Eisman. Backhand feed near side, off the stick, deflects near side, that's Horton. Dumping it in far side corner. Seaman sets things up back behind. Spencer picks up the load. Spencer near side, that's to Allen. Allen tries to stretch across, Radilla in the way. Taken back away by Smith. Here comes Smith, dumping in, gets it on the forecheck. It's the defenseman, Brett Smith, back behind. Smith on the backhand, surveys his option as he rolls back behind. Smith gives it up. Stork on the near side, tries to go up top. Nick Stork got it around one, back behind. Stork on the backhand, slides it far side. Now it's taken over. That's by Bush. Bush knocked off the puck, but back the other way. Here come the Spartans. Pass tries to go across, backdoor, backhander off the skate of Smith. And on the short side, stuffing it in, as knocking it through was Nick Bruno. 15:44 remaining in the first. The 8th seed up 2-0 as Nick Bruno gets his 18th of the season.
Yeah, just a wraparound attempt there for Nick Bruno, and he buries it. And less than 2 minutes in, the top seeded Jaguars are faced with a 2-goal deficit. And you mentioned it again, Alex. They were down 2-0 in that last meeting and came back to win it, but another slow start here for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, all the momentum right now with number 8 Hempfield up 2-0 here in the first period, just 1:16 in. As near side, it's taken by the Jaguars, trying to get something going offensively. Stretch far side all the way down. Icing will be the call with 15:24 remaining in the first. 2-0 your score in favor of the Hempfield Spartans.
Yeah, all the momentum in favor of the visiting Spartans. You said 9 regulation victories during the regular season and 9 regulation defeats. They came here to play.
Wrist shot right into the glove. Seaman makes the save, denying the attempt by Tyler Planey.
You did mention too, Alex, that shutouts have kind of evaded Billy Seaman this season, and won't get one here in the quarterfinals of this round, but still an opportunity to redeem himself here.
Backhander ricochets towards the goal mouth, trying to fish it free was the captain Dunlap. Taking exception to that was Nick Best. Threw a little shot at the Spartan captain as Dunlap was fishing for the rebound behind the senior Billy Seaman. Dunlap will take the draw, far side against Oliver. Oliver ties things up, push back to the corner. That's where Best looks to take over. Now it's Lance Smith back behind. Lance Smith wheels out from his own end. Smith cuts far side. Smith up over center red, dumps it in. On the forecheck, that's McGurk. McGurk tries to dig it free near side, back behind. Taking over for a second, that was Jack Stork. Back up the other way, here come the Spartans. In stride, it's Dunlap. Dunlap flips it in, right in on goal. Seaman, a little trouble with it, and he'll hang on with 14:45 remaining in the first. 2-0 lead for the Hempfield Spartans over the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, Hempfield just trying to get anything they can at Billy Seaman, getting pucks on net, and just the ideal start for a team that comes in against a top seed. And this is exactly what you would want if you're the Spartans.
Back behind. Thomas Jefferson controls, flip back out towards the line, saved by the Spartans. Near side pass, there's Rodella. Zach Rodella centers one, wrist shot in by Bush, kicked away by Seaman, back behind near side. Cross rink pass deflects, back the other way comes Oliver. Oliver has it knocked off his stick. Now it's taken and jammed back in by McGurk. Far side pass, Rodella back in there, Strout in his own end. Far side, off the glass, glove down and back the other way comes Stork. Make that Stock. Jack Stock into the attacking end. Now it's Bilski. Backdoor feed, and that one would not go as Stock tried to jam it in. Now it's Bilski. Bilski from the corner. Bilski to the half wall, reverses back behind for Allen. Allen tries the wrap around center and feed. Now Allen to the point. Back to Allen on the half wall. Allen turning shot deflected down and back the other way. Here comes Bush. Bush has Rodilla. Rodilla into the attacking end. Rodilla slid one through off a skate, and here comes Bilski in transition. Bilski lost the handle, got it back. Up over center red, flips it into the skates of Dunlap, right back to the Jaguar end. Near side, Brett Smith. Smith, center red off the stick of Bilski, deflected back behind. First one there, that's Bruno, taking off the puck and wrapped to the near side. Now it's Smith. Smith, jam back around. Far side controlled and back the other way. That's taken by Tristan Lloyd. Now it's Dunlap. Dunlap taken down, penalty drawn, and Seaman covers up with 13:07 remaining in the first. 2-0 lead for Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson, and a chance to increase their advantages. The Jaguars are guilty of the first penalty of the game, and it's going to belong to Spencer of Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, rough first 4 minutes here for Thomas Jefferson, as now they're facing a tough penalty kill here for the next 2 minutes.
30.5% on the man advantage this season for the Spartans. Reverse to the far side. Controlled there by Horton. Horton off the half wall, back along to Dunlap. Off the deflection, it was Smiley up at the point. Now near side is taken. Brett Smith off the glass, back out. Off a Sidon. Far side they go. Dunlap did not touch it. Deflects in there. Smith. Smith back behind his senior netminder. Wraps it around the glass and off the netting and out for a stoppage and play with 12:39 remaining in the first. 1:33 remaining here on the man advantage for the Spartans from Hempfield. Near side point, it's Eberhardt. Eberhardt works it down to the half wall. Bush back to Eberhardt. Eberhardt plays catch with Bush. Bush off the half wall. Centers one in front. Rodilla backdoor feed and tied up was the stick of Bruno, and back the other way, Lance Smith. Up ahead. Sidon deflects it in deep. He's first one there. Sidon slap shot denied by the netminder, and now it's Raymond in after. Deflected back out. Bush can't get around Brett Smith. Smith now in shorthanded. 1 minute remaining on the Hempfield power play. Brett Smith has it taken away. Here comes Bruno. Gets it up ahead to Bush. Slides it along far side Rodilla. Zach Rodilla off his stick. Right back to the near side corner at Wonders. Pinching in Eberhardt off the glass right down to the corner, and that's where Bruno controls. Rodilla at the point. Rodilla walks the line. Comes to the near side. Eberhardt. Eberhardt top of the circle. Denied by the netminder Seaman. Knocked into the boards. That was Raymond. He goes down. Lance Smith joins the party back behind. Puck still loose and grab free to Bruno. Bruno up off the half wall. Bruno wrist shot never got through to Seaman. Far side Bush canceled out. Now it's Raymond. Raymond 26 remaining on the PK, and he'll loft it back out in after to Sidon. Sidon has it cleared away by the netminder. That's Francisco. Now it's Smith off the boards. Right back to where Eberhardt can carry the load. Eberhardt working in. Canceled out. Now Rodilla slides it across. Far side. Bush pulls the trigger, backdoor feed, they score! Eberhardt on the power play, and it's 3-0 Hempfield, as they have absolutely shell-shocked the number 1 seeded Jaguars here in the first. Pretty passing for the Spartans as Bush finds Eberhardt on the back door, and he does not miss. Thomas Jefferson down 3-0 here in period number 1. Can they get it back? It's Bilski. Bilski shot denied by Francisco. Bilski, far side point, wrist shot, best through traffic, and Francisco hangs on as we near 5 minutes, or make that 6 minutes elapsed in the first period. 3-0. The Hempfield Spartans right now shell-shocking the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson.
I like the Jaguars' mentality on that penalty kill, still trying to be aggressive, make things happen in the offensive zone, but credit to Hempfield and what they've been able to do early on.
Lance Smith stops up in the corner, lost the handle. Netminder Seaman lost his stick. Far side is controlled. That's by Nick Stock. Off the half wall it goes. Now it's Dunlap. Couldn't control. Best. Near side Allen. Allen off the stick. That's of Stock. Nick Stock around 1. Here comes Stock working in. Stock tries to flip it past the defense unsuccessfully, and a penalty called on the Spartans from Hempfield, and this is going to send Thomas Jefferson to the power play for the first time today, looking for a much-needed goal with 10:30 remaining in the first, down 3-0.
Yeah, looks like Tyler Planey, the guilty party on this one. And you mentioned the Jaguars power play unit operating at 41.4%. And a crucial power play here for the Jaguars. I mean, this is a must. You got to capitalize on this one.
Spencer shot through traffic, deflects up high near side. It's Oliver. Oliver in the corner, slides it back to Brett Smith. Smith across he goes. That's controlled by Spencer. Spencer, wrist shot knocked down. Eberhardt, fans on the clear. Backhands one all the way down the distance, pinballing back below the goal line, and Brett Smith picks it up there. Brett Smith stops up, surveys. Smith back the other way, carrying the load near side off the gate of Jack Stock, gets it off to Smith. Brett Smith lost it, and Bruno just jams it in right in on the netminder Seaman. Taken over by Spencer. Spencer surveys as he carries up the other way. Spencer around Bruno. Near side pass connects. Jack Stock just wraps it around all the way. It goes far side corner. Slapped around by Lloyd off a stanchion right to the slot, but it eludes the stick of Jack Stock. Now it's taken over. That's by Smith. Near side. McGurk back the other way. Walking in, top of the circle. Drop pass. Deflected away from the stick of Jack Stock. Back out it goes. Now Lance Smith. Lance to Brett. Brett up over center edge, carries it in. Brett Smith wraps it around all the way far side. Now it's Jack Stock trying to pressure it away from Lloyd, who wraps it around far side. And Bruno back the other way as Bruno takes a lot more time off the clock before dumping it back in. 38 remaining on the TJ power play. Remember, this PK for Hempfield only operating at 68.3% this year. Smith swoops around one, and offsides is the call, as ahead of the play was Oliver with 8:58 remaining in the first. 3-0 Hempfield on top of number 1 Thomas Jefferson. 29 seconds remain on the Jaguars power play.
And what a penalty kill so far for the Hempfield Spartans. Continuing to put pressure on Thomas Jefferson here in the opening period of play.
Only takes one spark to get the offense going. See if the Jaguars can get one late on the power plays. This one's jammed back along by Horton. Brett Smith from below his own goal line. Near side to Lance Smith. Smith carrying it back the other way. Smith flips it all on. That's to Stock. Nick Stock, the alternate captain, in the near side corner. Wraps it back up to Smith. Smith sends it off to Stock. Stock, sharp angle shot right into the glove of Francisco, and he'll hang on with 8:23 remaining in the first. 3-0 your score in favor of the Spartans from Hempfield.
Thomas Jefferson needs that spark that help them get things going. It's just been all Hempfield here in the early going. 3 goals in the first 6 minutes, and then a wonderful penalty kill.
Bilski tries to dance around a few unsuccessfully as we're back at even strength. Dunlap dumps it in. McCann will give chase. McCann Almost lost it. Bilski cleans it up. Near side he comes. There's Allen. Allen carrying the load into the attacking end. Here comes Scotty Allen. Tries to pull it to the backhand unsuccessfully. Now it's Bilski, the captain, on the half wall. Has it taken away by Horton. Keeps it in the zone before Horton finally clears back out all the way down. Strutt from below to his own goal line. Near side off the stick of Allen. Right to the stick of Eberhardt. Eberhardt, center red, dump off the deflection. McCann jams it right to the line and out. Here's a break back the other way. It's Seiden. Seiden walking in, wrist shot sticked away. Back behind it goes. Raymond to the half wall. Off the deflection. Has the ante. Jam back along where it can be taken by Raymond for a brief second before Bush takes over. And now it's Eberhardt wrapping it off a stanchion right to the high slot. Wrist shot glove save by Francisco as he hangs on, as Passanante was unable to get enough on that one to beat the netminder, Zach Francisco.
If you're just joining us, you've missed 3 Hempfield goals early on. Logan Eisenman and Nick Bruno with even strength tallies, and Nick Eberhardt with a power play goal. The 8th-seeded Spartans are currently shocking the top-seeded Jaguars.
Far side stretch pass off the glove of Raymond from neutral ice. Raymond picks it up. Backhand feed Spencer. Near side, Brett Smith off the risky pass. Brett Smith bringing it in. Brett Smith right down Broadway. Wrist shot. He scores! And there's the shot in the arm the Jaguars needed. Brett Smith picks the top corner. And TJ back within 2. (3-1) with 6:50 remaining in the first. The alternate captain, Brett Smith, right down Broadway. And he's been activating from his defensive position since really the early going. And finally, he makes them pay.
Yeah, just a nice snapshot. Gets the pass from Raymond in his own defensive zone and does it all himself. And it's now a 2-goal game. Mentioned the shot in the arm that these Thomas Jefferson Jaguars needed in order to cut into this deficit and see what they can do throughout the remainder of the period and see if Hempfield can put their foot back on the gas.
Near side off the stick. McGurk will give chase as it's wrapped to the near side. Oliver on the half wall. Now McGurk tries to walk out. Back to Oliver. He fires. Great save with the toe by Francisco. Now it's Brett Smith wrapping it around. Taken over by Stock. Stock back behind. That's Jack. Jack Stock tries to center out in front. Gets it back behind the netminder. Puck skitters free to the near side. Bruno to the line. Off Smith and out. Backhand off the skates. Rodilla trying to answer back. Now it's Bush taken away by Smith. Back out Stock. Jack Stock gets it off. Brett Smith once more carrying the load offensively. Smith, the defenseman, on the backhand. Stops up. Half wall. Sends it back behind to Stock. Jack Stock has it taken away and a penalty called on the Spartans from Hempfield. And now TJ, a chance to cut the lead down to 1.
Yeah, they got to have a much more successful power play experience on the first attempt. But you mentioned Brett Smith and the way that he's been able to control things as a defenseman from an offensive standpoint. He's been all over the ice, only 4 goals during the regular season. But nice job there to give TJ what they needed, and hopefully they can, for their sake, they can build on this momentum.
Far side, Smith. Near side, it's Brett Smith. Smith walks the line. Brett, wrist shot through traffic, toe save made by Francisco. Now it's the captain, Bilski. Back to Smith. Brett Smith, wrist shot through traffic, deflects just wide, stick side, and slammed off the glass. And back out, neutral ice, Brett Smith. Retreats to the safety of his own end, near side, Bilski. Bilski cuts around one. Here comes the captain, Bilski. Walking in, Bilski to the slot, wrist shot deflected wide. Now it's Raymond sliding one onto the pad, and back out it goes, as getting the clear from his own end was Smiley.
Yeah, Raymond went into the boards pretty hard there. A little slow to get up as he skates to the bench, but another opportunity here for Thomas Jefferson.
Nick Stock wraps it around. Far side, Lloyd slaps it off the skates of Bilski. Bilski to Stock. Backhand feed, tries to stuff it out to Jack Stock. Nick Stock works back behind once more. Nick to Jack. Jack Stock sends it across up top. Sidon. Off the boards it goes, back behind, that's Nick. Nick Stock. Surveys, Nick. Back up top looking for Lance Smith, has him. Lance Smith kicks it across, Sidon. Sidon. Near side, Smith. Smith walking in, wrist shot deflects in front, loose still, and Jack Stock couldn't shuffle it through. Back to the line, off the glass and out, all the way down it goes. Seiden, or make that Seaman, sets things up for Seiden. 4:30 remaining in the first, 33 remaining on the Jaguars power play. Lance Smith has Oliver, far side, goes that way. Oliver tries to sidestep his man, and Horton stays right with him. McGurk at center red, lost the handle, but it goes right to Oliver. Now it's Dunlap in his skates, fish free. Jack Stock, backhand feed, near side it goes. McGurk in the corner. He gets run into the wall by Eberhardt. Now it's back the other way. Dunlap just jams it back in. Skitter's right in goal, and Seaman plays it off as we're back to even strength. TJ 0 for 2 on the power play. Jack Stock couldn't get the handle as it pinballs back down the distance. Icing is the call with 3:50 remaining here in the first. 3-1 your score in favor of Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson. Hempfield struck for the first 3. Brett Smith had the answer last time by.
And Thomas Jefferson a 13-10 shot advantage here in this opening period, so they've been able to have their fair share of opportunities. Just haven't been able to cash in on them.
Here comes Best. Best is able to work it out to neutral ice and center red. Best working his way right in down the far side. Best tries to retreat. Now Bush takes over. Here comes Damian Bush. Near side packs to Radilla. Radilla walking in top of the circle. Went to tee it up, but offsides is the call with 3:33 remaining in the first. 3-1 Hempfield on top of Thomas Jefferson in the PIHL 2A quarterfinals here from the Ice Castle. Number 1 versus number 8, and number 8 took the first 3 blows and delivered them right to the hearts of the Jaguars. Thomas Jefferson, they've got the last answer, trying to get back offensively. One of the best offensive teams in 2A. Back the other way they come. Bilski in the slot, could not get in that, as trying to feed it his way was Hinnemeyer. Back behind, centering feed doesn't connect. As Sottenheimer was standing dead center slot, now it's from his own end. Best, far side off the deflection. Controlled by Radilla. Radilla off the half wall. Radilla walks in, wrist shot denied by Seaman, and he finds the rebound, and he'll hang on with 2:56 remaining in the first. .256 remaining period, number 1, 3-1 your score. Hempfield on top of Thomas Jefferson. As the Jaguars wrap it around near side, Seiden just jams it off the boards, but back in deep it goes. Dunlap from behind the net, pinned up against the boards by Spencer, trying to dig it free, and had it for a second was Raymond. Good to see him back out there after being shaken up on that last man advantage. Back the other way, and that one's flipped in. Passananti in on the forecheck with Seiden. Passananti back behind, lost the handle, far side it goes. Spihar off the stick of Eisman, back out and back the other way. Here comes Planey. Planey walks in, across he goes. Dunlap misses the empty cage on the backdoor feed, as that could have reiterated the 3-goal advantage for the Spartans. Now it's Raymond back the other way, over center red, slides into the attacking end, looking for Seiden, deflected in, cleared away by Francisco into the corner. Seiden has it knocked off his stick. There's Lloyd. Lloyd sidesteps one. Back the other way. Lloyd stretch pass over the stick of Eisman, and down the distance it goes with 1:55 remaining in the first period. 3-1 Hempfield on top of Thomas Jefferson. Here in period number 1 is an offensive zone draw coming for the Jaguars to the left of the netminder. Zach Francisco, as the senior has been sharp in the early going. As the face-off's controlled by Hempfield, there's Bush, unable to get a handle. Now it's a foot race. Radilla in one-on-one with Smith. Backdoor feed canceled out by Spencer. Now Brett Smith slides it out past the stick of Allen. Jam right back in off the glove of Smith. Here comes Smith back the other way. Smith stops up. Smith off the half wall, rolling up top. Backhand feed to the captain, Bilski. Bilski slides down, gets back up, controls the puck once more. Bilski, top of the circle. Bilski back behind. Nick Stock surveys, has Brett Smith, goes that way. Brett sidesteps one. There's Smith to the slot. Smith, wrist shot denied by Francisco, and he'll hang on with 1:19 remaining in the first. 3-1. The Spartans on top of the Jaguars is Hempfield, trying to keep it a 2-goal advantage here in the latter stages of the first.
A nice job by the Spartans, but not up to this point, at least the last couple of minutes, not letting Thomas Jefferson expand on that momentum that Brett Smith goal gave them. This here's nice rush for the Spartans.
As Bush canceled out beautifully by Lance Smith. Smith turns it over as getting blown up in the corner was Bush by Lance Smith. Now it's the captain, Bilski. Bilski near side, Allen. Allen in stride, back the other way. Here comes Scotty Allen. Wrist shot blockered away by Francisco. Allen gets it back, tries to go skate the stick, but Bilski picks up the load, centering feet loose in front. Jam attempt goes off the side of the net. Near side, Smith holds the line. Radilla banks it off the glass, back out all the way down. 40 on the clock in the first. Taken by McCann, banks it back out, down the distance it goes. And icing will not come with 30 on the clock. Radilla, quick up, Bruno turns it over. Jack Stock from center edge just jams it in. Far side corner, 25 remaining, opening period. Controlled by the Spartans of Hempfield. Now Bruno gets it out, or can't get it out. McCann was in the way. Jam back off the glass, glove down by McCann. McCann with 13. Walks his way in. McCann. Now McGurk has it taken away by Radilla. Radilla back the other way in transition. 4 on the clock. He has to hurry. Radilla powers his way in. Wrist shot denied by Seaman. And Seaman will hang on with 0.2 seconds remaining in period number 1. 3-1 Hempfield on top of Thomas Jefferson. As Thomas Jefferson, the number 1 seed, has been stunned early on, trying to battle back against this number 8 seeded Hempfield team that they beat 6-3 earlier this season, as Bruno will take the draw, and they're going to move it up to 1.3 seconds on the game clock with this offensive zone draw. And I'm surprised they decided to keep Francisco in the net. See if Bruno tries to shoot it off the draw the way he's lining up. He most likely will. And Bruno's going to get kicked from the draw. Now it's Radilla. See if Radilla goes forward. And instead, Oliver will. It's clear to the boards, and that will do it. 1 period in the books. And it wasn't pretty for Thomas Jefferson, but it's just what you were hoping for. If you were the Spartans from Hempfield, scoring just 10 seconds in, sharp angle shot. As wristing it in was Eisenhower. And then a quick goal just a minute 6 later. As capitalizing was Bruno before a power play tap in off the feed from Bush for Eberhardt, making it 3-0. Then Brett Smith got his 5th of the season, putting the Jaguars back within 2, but a sloppy start, and you're only down by 2 if you're Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be at least happy that you were able to trim that deficit to 2 and keep Hempfield from getting it back to 3. You know, the Spartans were threatening there a little bit at the end, and were playing a strong game, but you know, TJ had their opportunities, 16 first period shots. They just haven't been able to capitalize, and you know, credit to the Spartans defense and a credit to Zach Francisco, 15 saves in that opening period.
Yeah, and you know, he hasn't looked comfortable out there, but he's made the saves he's needed to, and his defense has done a good job of cleaning up the garbage through the course of this game. As really the one clean shot and clean hard shot they got through to him found the top corner of the net blocker side by Brett Smith, who he's really been the best Jaguar player out there today. Needs to find some help, and they've got some pushes as of late. The question is, can Thomas Jefferson find a way to capitalize? And if you're Hempfield, you got to find a way to put the pressure back on Thomas Jefferson, because you know what? You got nothing to lose for. You're the underdog. You're coming in. You can play loose, and all the pressure's on Thomas Jefferson as the 1 seed. As Dunlap off the steal, possible 2-on-1. Eisman walking in, top of the circle. Eisman shot goes wide, blocker side. Far side, Horton canceled out. Side in, now it's back up. Eberhardt wraps it around the boards, back behind, taken by Spencer, near side. Passing Ante. Turns it over, off the half wall, it's Horton. Horton gets run into the boards and back the other way. Here comes Raymond, can't get it out. Eisman to the slot on the backhand. Eisman, wrist shot off a stick into the netting, back behind Seaman. And that will be an offensive zone draw for Hempfield with 16:24 remaining in the second.
We had 2 assists first period for Tristan Lloyd, who is, I think, had a really strong game on the Hempfield blue line.
Yeah, Lloyd's a big body in that defensive zone as well. Been really tough to get around or get the puck off of when, you know, trying to clear up those rebounds. Just takes up a ton of room in front of his netminder. As this one jammed back out, glove down. And now it's taken by Bilski, far side, in stride. Here comes Allen. Allen, top of the circle, wrist shot denied by Francisco. The puck was sitting loose at the top of the goal mouth, and eventually Francisco hangs on with 16:13 remaining in the second. Bilski would take the draw, stick side of Francisco, the captain, against the alternate captain, Bruno. Face-off, push far side. Taken by Bilski. Bilski back behind. Turns it over to Spiar, but gets it back. Bilski changing directions. Bilski surveys. Has best. Walks out. Wrist shot goes off the stick and wide. Trying to jam it home. Backdoor unsuccessfully from below the goal line. Appeared to be Stock, as Nick Stock was looking for a backdoor cleanup goal. As now it goes up top to Smith. Smith near side. Best. Off the deflection, far side, Bilski. Bilski reverses back behind. Taken by Nick Stock, centering feed, nobody home. Rodilla turns it over Smith. Backdoor, couldn't find Allen. Allen off the hop, reverses back behind to Stock. Stock tries to jam it free as he gets pinned against the end wall. And Smith goes down, tries to center it, knocked away by Spiar, taken away by Allen. Allen loses it to Spiar. Now Nick Stock giving chase. Puck pinballs free. Allen, sharp angle shot off the side of the net. Wrapped to the near side, it's Bush. Bush on the backhand, off the glass, back out, neutral ice. Best jams it right back around the horn as it ricochets far side corner. McGurk gets in after it on the forecheck as it's fired back out to Rodilla, center red. Rodilla leading the charge, canceled out, now it's Oliver. Oliver slides to the line, just out. Right back in, near side. Here comes Jack Stock walking in. Stock has a step, wrist shot off the outside of the post. He had the top corner. As Best now denied, as going crossbody with the glove was Francisco.
Man, what an opportunity there for Jack Stock, and then Best gets a chance of his own, but Zach Francisco continues to be impressive in goal. And Thomas Jefferson, they're doing everything they can to try to get back into this game, but Hempfield's defensive unit and their goaltending has been very solid tonight.
Yeah, Jack Stock had the top right corner glove side, just rang it off the post. As back the other way, here comes Eisman. Eisman down the slot, cutting wide. Backhander goes skittering wide of Seaman. Now it's taken by Jack Stock. Can't clear. Dunlap turning slapper, never got through. Best jams it back out off the Murphy dump. All the way down, it's Lloyd. To the line, back out it goes. Horton reverse pass to the captain, Dunlap. Dunlap just backhands one back off the end wards, taken by Best. Best, far side. McGurk on the backhand. McGurk cuts to the near side. Surveys his options around one. Here comes McGurk. Full head of steam. McGurk offsides. Called on the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson student section didn't like that call as they're up in arms about that one. But,
hey, we got Santa and a bear in the student section. I thought it was a Jaguar, but it is a bear.
Credit to the TJ student section for coming out for this one. I mean, we know that's a very loyal group of fans over at Thomas Jefferson, regardless of the sport, and they're here to show their pride for their Jaguars.
Raymond couldn't win the draw. Now it's taken near side. Full head of steam. Planey stops up. Left wing circle. Jams off the end boards. And now it's Rodilla. Canceled out by McCann. Sidem, far side. Back to McCann. McCann back up. There comes Sidon. Pavel Sidon back the other way. Here comes Sidon into the attacking end. Sidon centering feed. Deflected back out. Rodilla couldn't get a stick on it. McCann walks in. Wrist shot blocked down. Here comes Rodilla. One-on-one. Rodilla making his move. Top of the circle. Slides it across. Nobody home.
Nice job there on the back check by Sidon. Now a nice rush here for Thomas Jefferson.
Center red dump right in on goal. Kicked away by Francisco. Far side it ricochets. On the boards, McCann jams it right into the skates of Eberhardt. Eberhardt back out. Here comes Rodilla. 2-on-1 with Planey. Rodilla walking in. Rodilla to Planey. He scores! Perfection on the 2-on-1. Rodilla to Planey. The lead back to 3 for Hempfield. Hempfield absolutely feeling it here in this quarterfinal matchup against number 1 TJ.
Everything just going the Spartans' way. Great job there for Hempfield to get on that 2-on-1. And just a tough spot for Zach Strutt and Thomas Jefferson to be in.
Wrist shot, Stock, big rebound, back out. There's Smith. Smith working his way in. TJ needs a goal, and they need it quick, but it cancels back out. Hempfield has played absolutely stellar here this evening from the Ice Castle. On the road, the Spartans have dominated number 1, TJ. Back behind, there's Nick Stock, and the net comes off its moorings, and Francisco gets undercut by Scotty Allen, as I think he had some help getting in there.
And that comes off its moorings, and early on here in the second period, you would look at the difference in shots, and you'd think Thomas Jefferson might have an advantage or might be closer than a 3-goal game, but one Hempfield shot on that goal by Planey, 4 shots for TJ, and haven't been able to convert.
That's about scoring chances and making the most of it, and that's what Hempfield has done in this game. 2-on-1 breakaways. Hempfield's capitalized.
Power
Thomas
play.
Jefferson is not. Yeah, power play. 0 for 2 with a power play that scored 29 times this year. As Coach Zeiler, I think, getting an explanation from the coaching staff in his first year. Coming down the short trip, going north, the short trip from Elizabeth forward to Thomas Jefferson.
And Billy Seaman, also a former Elizabeth forward goal netminder. Played under John Zeiler.
As far side, Smith wraps it around. Bilski. Back to the point. There's Brett Smith. Walks the line. Smith to the slot. Brett Smith has it poked away. Bilski finds the handle. Backhand feed all the way around. Nick Stock. Stock centering feed off the deflection. Taken over by Horton. Canceled out by Bilski. Bilski, what a move. Bilski knocked down. Slides it off. There's Allen. Allen pulls the trigger. And that one deflects up off the netting for a stoppage in play with 12:16 remaining in the second. Talked about first-year head coach John Zeiler. The name sounds familiar. Former 5th-round pick of the Phoenix Coyotes. Eventually played in the NHL for the Los Angeles Kings. 90 total career NHL games. 1 goal, 4 assists. In his AHL career, played a total of 286 games, tallying 106 points, including 46 goals. Best career season was a 28-point season. He achieved that mark twice, including his final season of AHL play before going to play in the DEL. As here comes Smith back the other way. Brett Smith into the attacking end. Smith driving in. That one off the deflection, loose at the side of the goal mouth. Taken over. There's Oliver. Oliver surveys. Has Spencer. Oliver turning wrister. Deflects off a skate to the corner. Now McGurk on the backhand. Pinned against the boards by Bruno. Spins away from that. McGurk tries to wrap behind. Back to the point. Spencer one-hands it along. Now it's Oliver. Oliver turns things over. Radilla can't get around Spencer as he tries to throw the shoulder check. Backhand feed. It goes. Jack Stock in after it. But icing is the call. 11:25 remaining in the second. 4-1 Hempfield leads. And, I think an interesting thing, talking to Coach Zeiler before the game, he said, it's different. when I was playing, I could go out and control what I do. I can't control it now as much from the bench. We need a big play. I could go make that. He said, I got to rely on my guys to go make those plays, and that's what he needs here in this one.
Yeah, it's a challenge as a coach. You go from, being a star on the ice and being able to control what you can control, but got to rely on your guys to execute, and Thomas Jefferson has just struggled with their execution here tonight.
As Best deflects that one off the skate aside, and Dunlap wraps it to the corner. Nick Best, cross-ring pass he goes. Here comes Lance Smith. Smith around Eisman. Smith getting a full head of steam up over center red with speed, carrying the puck into the attacking end. In on the forecheck goes Smith. Runs into the big body of Tristan Lloyd. As Smith comes away with it. Smith off the backhand, back behind. There's Smith. To the near side, Pazananti's shot. That one deflected away, cleared back out, delayed penalty coming on the Jaguars as Seaman touches up with 10:41 remaining in the second. And back to the power play goes Hempfield, which is 1 for 1 tonight.
And we thought Thomas Jefferson was going to be the one to show what they can do with the extra man advantage. And they're 0 for 2, and Hempfield was able to take advantage of their one opportunity.
And Hempfield has a good power play. Even though they went 1 for 8 that first meeting as the penalty goes against Smith. But the thing is, TJ's penalty kill has been excellent this year too. And you think, okay, the way the first meeting went, the way the whole seasons went, you expect Thomas Jefferson to kind of have the advantage on special teams, but again, not the case. And you know what they say, special teams wins hockey games a lot of the times. Who's good on the power play? Who's good on the PK? Right now, that's been Hempfield. They've been good all around the night as they'll look to go 2 for 2 on the power play. As back in his own end, that's Spencer. Spencer wraps it around near side half wall. Bush can't get the handle. The captain, Bilski, back the other way. Bilski leading the charge shorthanded. Tries to get around Lloyd. Stops up. Tried the toe drag. Has to double back for it. Bank pass Spencer, far side corner. As now will be taken over by the power play goal scorer. That's Eberhardt. Near side, Lloyd turns it over. As Sautenheimer got hammered into the boards. Far side it goes to Bruno. Bruno into the attacking end. Bruno. Left wing. Bruno surveys. Rolls back behind. Bruno on the backhand. Back up top it goes. Eberhardt. Back to Bruno. Top of the circle. Underneath Bush. Bush surveys. Back to Eberhardt. Eberhardt wrist shot goes skittering wide. And now it's cleared down the distance. Is getting it is Sautenheimer. Lloyd with 47 remaining on the power play. Loses an edge and getting the worst of that one was the Jaguars' Raymond. As Raymond went head over heels of Lloyd. As Lloyd, first one going over, checking on Raymond, and Lloyd just blew a tire. Nothing he could do, and Raymond going full speed. And, you know, a lot of the students, I think, want a penalty on the Thomas Jefferson side, but absolutely nothing could be called as getting a chance to look at back here. Tripped over his own skates. Raymond was going to play the puck, and it was just two moving objects on a collision course, and it did not end well for either party involved. 42 remaining on the power play.
Definitely no intent there. Just a hockey play, and not really a hockey play, just someone losing their footing and causes both of them to go down.
Spencer off the stick of Smiley all the way down. 28 remaining on the power play for Hempfield. 9:06 remaining in the second period. As back the other way, here comes Horton. Horton gliding through neutral ice. Horton in 1-on-4. Back to Dunlap. Now it goes Smiley. Smiley sends it cross rink. Controlled there by Spehart. Turns it over to Smith. Smith back the other way. Bank pass. Here comes Seiden. Seiden. Smith joining the rush late. He gets it to Smith. Smith fires. Denied by the stick in front of Smiley. As the defenseman says no to Brett Smith, who is bidding for his second of the evening. What a pass by Seiden to set that all up. And then a great play by Smiley with the deflection.
Little help there from the defensive pairing.
1 second remaining, and then Smith is going to be released from the sin bin. As back to even strength. Smith straight to the bench. Bilski on. Off the deflection. It's Dunlap. Backhand feed out. Eisman gets it along. Horton circles back. Horton reverses back below the goal line. Taken over by Spencer. Wrap far side. Allen trying to skate into it. Allen will over center red. Allen galloping into the attacking end. Allen back behind. Knocked off his stick. Eberhardt turns it over. Stock to Smith in front. Slid wide. Backdoor sharp angle shot. Pinballs back to the slot. Back the other way comes Dunlap. Dunlap into the attacking end. Dunlap fans on the shot. Gets it back. Backhander right into the catching glove of Seaman, and he'll hang on with 8:03 remaining in the second. 4-1 Hempfield on top of Thomas Jefferson. And the interesting thing, Jose, Thomas Jefferson, they've scored 51 second period goals, by far their best scoring period of the season. 42 second period goals given up by Hempfield, which is by far their worst defensive period. And right now they're outscoring TJ 1-0.
Yeah, we're seeing the opposite here tonight, and you know, this is the second best scoring offense in 2A in Thomas Jefferson, and they've been held in check here by this Hempfield defense, and great goaltending by Zach Francisco.
Here comes Best, backhander denied by Francisco, and one thing I've noticed, Hempfield, they got to start trying to put away the garbage goals. No one's crashing the net and kind of cleaning up those rebounds. As Francisco, if you have to kind of fault really one aspect of his game, it's been the rebound control. His defense has just been excellent, bailing him out. As Best Canceled out, backing him up. Great to see Raymond out there again. He's had a rough night, getting injured twice. Raymond working in. Raymond's shot goes wrapping around. Bilski stays on to save it. Smart play by the bench to prevent too many men. Raymond slides it in front. Wrist shot. What a save! Francisco with the glove. And Pazinanti can't believe it. Highway robbery by the Spartan senior netminder.
Unbelievable save with the glove by Zach Francisco, and my goodness, he has been such a difference maker here tonight. Wow. No words, no words.
Raymond tries to jam it free. Now it's taken by Bush back the other way. And now Smith takes over. He's getting a chance to watch that back. It's even prettier the second time, I think, Jose.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfect opportunity for Pasinanti, and a great pass by Raymond, but Francisco with an even better save to keep this at a 3-goal game.
Yeah, if any of you are big-time hockey fans like myself and saw the save Andre Vasilevsky made a couple nights ago on Patrick Kane on the feed from Alex DeBrincat, very similar style play to that one, as it just looked like absolutely no chance, and all of a sudden the goaltender comes up huge as a Jaguar goes flying into the end boards, and that will be a penalty called on Hempfield, is getting knocked down with Seiden.
Yeah, and we'll get a third power play opportunity of the night for Thomas Jefferson, 0 for 2 up to this point.
You know what they say, Jose, no time like the present to get the power play going.
Correct.
And it'd be big. I think for Thomas Jefferson, not saying this game's out of reach if you go down by 3 into the third period with the way this offense operates, but it'd be huge to at least have only a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, I think you need to be able to trim this lead in half. I mean, I think they felt a lot better, obviously, at 3-1, but, you know, Hempfield, credit to them not letting TJ really expand on that momentum, as, you know, they had a great performance on the penalty kill to start the game, and looking to do it once again.
Yeah, it's been impressive what this PK has done. Again, it's a penalty kill operating under 70% this year for Hempfield, and a power play over 40%. And the PK's prevailed. Smith gets it up top. Brett Smith changing direction. Smith has the lone Jaguar goal with that candy cane stripe tape, goes far side. Oliver, he scores! Oliver, instant offense out of nowhere. Up over the glove of Francisco. I don't think he saw it till it was in the back of the net. And it's 4-2, a power play goal by Oliver.
Well, that's exactly what TJ needed. We talked about cutting that lead in half, and hard to keep this team out of the back of the net on the power play. And once again, now 1 for 3 on the power play with the extra man advantage are the Jaguars. Less than 6 minutes to go. And see if they can build on this momentum.
Andrew Oliver, number 12 on the season, as Brett Smith should get his second point of the evening with a helper on that one, but a huge power play goal for Oliver, and they got traffic to the net. Francisco did not see that far shot, and here comes Stock. Stock stops up. Stock wraps it back behind. It goes. Now it's taken back there, and there's Oliver. Oliver walking out. Far side point. Smith walks the line. Lance Smith, wrist shot. Never got through to the netminder. Near side, Eberhard off the glass all the way down. And this will indeed be no icing. Gets waved off last second. And now Brett Smith back the other way. Smith, stretch pass up to Stock. He just angles it in on goal, and Francisco puts the trapper down with the stick behind to cover up with 5:13 remaining in the second. 4-2 lead in favor of Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson. First 3 goals of the game went to Hempfield, including one 10 seconds in, one 1:16 in. And then they were able to capitalize with Eberhard on the power play for the Jaguars struck, and then a 2-on-1. Planey from Ardilla made it 4-1 before the power play dagger by Oliver as the turning shot deflects wide. Brett Smith can't get the handle. It's a foot race for it. 297's Dole as Spencer, the first one there, uses his body to cancel out Bush. Bush tries to fish it free unsuccessfully. Spencer Backhand feed. There's Nick Stock. Stock stops up, reverses and wraps around. Far side corner. Allen first one there. Allen overskates. Now Bilski in to help out. Bilski to Allen. Has Stock in front. And he has Smith as well. Lost the handle as it was poked away. To the corner he goes. That's Brett Smith. Smith centering feed. Bilski denied. Rebound. Stock. He scores! Nick Stock! And he is absolutely fired up as the Jaguars cut it to a one-goal game. Third point of the game for Brett Smith. Nick Stock overpowers the senior Francisco, and it's back-to-back Jaguar goals. Number 13 for Nick Stock.
Less than a minute and a half apart. 2 goals that get TJ right back into it. And Alex, we got ourselves a hockey game.
Never count out Thomas Jefferson. You could just see Nick Stock absolutely exuberant on the ice. After knocking that one through, as Seaman was able to track it down. As working in Bush. Bush looking to answer back, but it's canceled out by the defense. Passananti will give chase as it's controlled by Spihar. Far side. Back up, Smiley turns it over. Passananti working his way in. Passananti stops up, surveys. Passananti cuts around a pair, lost the handle. Spencer doubles back for it. Here comes Rodilla, possible 2-on-1. Rodilla walks in, he scores! The Spartans answer back. It's Zach Rodilla. And it's 5-3 Hempfield. Not a good night to be a goaltender here at the Ice Castle. 8th goal of the game here in the second period.
Man, what an opportunity there for Rodilla, and just another odd man advantage that Thomas Jefferson allows. And TJ had all the momentum there, being able to cut the lead to 1, and all of a sudden, Hempfield's lead back at 2.
And the thing, Rodilla, he opened up like he was going to pass, switched at the last moment, and just ripped it glove side. Absolutely perfection there by Zach Rodilla. As here comes Dunlap turning it over. That's to Lance Smith. And the thing is, Rodilla already passed earlier on a 2-1, so you had to be cognizant of Bruno cutting back door. Best up top, Best around 1. Best loses the handle. Now it's taken by Oliver. Oliver, 3:28 remaining here in the period. Oliver wrapping. Oliver to the slot. Lost the handle. Flip back out. Foot race for the puck. Best getting after it with Planey. Best first one there. Best sidesteps another. Here comes Best back the other way. Canceled out. Into the attacking McGurk on the backhand. Circles back behind center and feed. Backdoor. Oliver wouldn't go. McGurk from the corner. Circles back behind. Wrapping to the near side corner. Surveys his options. Up to the half wall. Now it's Best. Best walks the line. Wrist shot denied. Rebound. There is none. Zach Francisco, the senior, hangs on with 2:57 remaining here in period number 2.
$12 shots to 7. That's the advantage for Thomas Jefferson here in the second period. They have outshot Hempfield by a 28-19 margin here through 2 periods.
There's Bilski from the corner. Bilski has Stock. Bilski back behind. Allen center and feed. Stock again! Nick Stock! This time it's Allen with the helper. And Nick Stock has been the spark the Jaguars need it as he puts them back within 1 for the second time this game. And for the second time this period. As the senior Nick Stock gets his 14th of the season. Second goal of the playoffs. And now Stock on hat-trick watch here this evening. Lead back down to 1. 9 goals here in total as we have 2:34 remaining in the second. Stock out there looking for the HT. Allen tries the stuff attempt. Loose in the slot. Stock turning, shot deflects just wide.
Oh, went off the skate.
To the point, it's Best. Walks in, winded a drive off the deflection. Throwing his body in the way was Rodilla, and he's feeling it. As Rodilla, with no pressure on that left leg, skates off. Far side, it's Allen. Allen, and the whistle blows as I think they're going to send them both maybe. So Nick Stock and the goaltender Francisco are going to get penalties here. .209 remaining in the second. Back and forth affair, but number 8 Hempfield still up by 1 over number 1 Thomas Jefferson here in the quarterfinals. As Nick Stock will make his way to the sin bin, as I think we are going to have offsetting minors, and we'll see who serves it for Hempfield. As Dunlap, the captain, having a word with the officials on the far side, as it looks like we'll wait to see what officially happens as
they're going to
let Radilla go in to serve the penalty. And I think Radilla is being checked out by the trainer, so they said, go ahead and go in, Radilla, and continue getting looked at, because that's where the trainer was working, because they're just calling them offsetting minors to stay 5-on-5.
Well, I mean, the trainer's in the box now, too. I mean, would you give Thomas Jefferson a power play? I mean, you got two in the box now. Bad joke. It was a bad joke.
Staying 5-on-5. The penalty did go against Zach Francisco, the netminder. It was offsetting minors with Nick Stock. He has 2 goals as he was looking for the hat trick. Is now 5-on-5 as those offsetting minors continue. Turnover, turning shot, Eisman denied, but a penalty first as that one trickled towards the far side post. And it looks like we are going to get a Jaguar power play, as it's going to be Eisman. And Jose, you kind of called it though.
Yeah.
You said it was going to be a Jaguar power play.
I wasn't joking. I was just, foreshadowing a little bit.
Predicting the future.
Yeah.
As they're going to send Eisman to the box, a hooking call. (5-4), 1:44 remaining in the second. Number 8 Hempfield over number 1 Thomas Jefferson. The Jaguars, a chance to get even for the first time since 9 seconds into the game.
Yeah, and they'll be on the power play for the rest of this second period, and then have 16 seconds in the third period.
And that's the goal right now. Get to the end of the period if you're Hempfield. As it's controlled by Raymond. Backhand feed, that's Lance Smith. Smith back to the half wall. Controlled by Raymond. Raymond off the half wall, works to Bilski in the corner. The captain so effortlessly controls the offense. Now it's taken by Brett Smith. Smith has Bilski. Bilski top of the circle. Walks in. Bilski fires it wide. Picks it up off the deflection. Smith wants it. Brett Smith walks in. Smith stops up. Creates a lane. Smith has it. He fires. He scores! A power play goal.
Oh, they waved it off. They waved it off. I thought I saw the referee wave off the goal, and now a conversation.
So we'll wait to see. Brett Smith looks like he, and according to him, thinks he's tied the game, but Hempfield hasn't moved. They're going back in deep, it looks like, and we'll wait to see what the call is. They're going over to...
Yeah, I saw the referee wave off the goal. Yeah, no goal.
Emphatic no goal. Brett Smith, his second will have to wait.
I don't know if... maybe some goaltender interference there, but the referee waved off that goal right away. And I think a timeout going to be called by Hempfield.
And that is indeed what we are getting, a Hempfield timeout. And as I believe it was probably incidental contact.
Yeah.
The call there. As it's going to stay 5-4 in favor of the Spartans from Hempfield, and still 1:27 to work on the power play for Thomas Jefferson, but the Jaguars right now look like they have all the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, 2 straight goals, or actually 3 of the last 4 goals.
Yeah, I knew what you were trying to
say.
I was picking up what you were trying to say.
Yeah, Oliver, and then two goals by Nick Stock over this, really a span of about 4 minutes or so, 4+ minutes. And Thomas Jefferson has done a really good job of being able to get back into this hockey game. Obviously, that goal by Radilla on that 2-on-1 was a big boost for the Spartans. Try to get them back going again, but What a second period of action here for Nick Stock.
.111 remaining, period number 2. It's going to be Raymond, Bilski, Seiden, Lance Smith, and Brett Smith.
Yeah, and that's a good thing for Thomas Jefferson. You don't get the goal there, but you still got a minute and a half on this power play.
And
Got to refocus.
Thomas Jefferson without the services of Nick Stock here on this power play. In the sin bin with those offsetting minors, him and the netminder, Francisco. As Radilla is serving that one. Far side, there's Bilski. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Bilski to Smith. Here comes Lance Smith, has Brett. Lance surveys, goes to Brett. Brett, far side. Now it's Bilski. Bilski walking in. Bilski swoops back behind. Bilski. Smith wants it. Smith has it on the far side point. Smith, 42 in the period. Smith right down Broadway. Smith fires that one. Deflects loose in front. Still loose. Jamming away to the front of the goal mouth. Francisco denies.
On this power play, Brett Smith wants that puck. And I think if you're Thomas Jefferson, you want the puck on his stick. I mean, what he was able to do on that goal that was called off, I mean, he was able to find a lane and get it through traffic and beat Francisco. And that's what they're trying to do here in this final minute of this power play.
Yeah, Smith does a great job quarterbacking this power play for the Jaguars. 50 seconds remain on that power play. 34.4 in the period. It's a one-goal game. Smith thought he tied it moments ago, but it was waved off. As this one's wrapped around and out. Eberhard and Bruno team it up to get it out. Bruno, far side. Now it's Dunlap. Has Bruno short-handed, but fires it off a stick into the netting with 24.1 remaining in the second. 40 seconds remaining on the power play, but a huge opportunity missed as Dunlap had Bruno streaking in all alone.
Yeah, Bruno, nice job to get around the defensive Lance Smith, and could have been another odd man opportunity. 2 goals in those situations for Hempfield here in this period.
Here comes Lance Smith. Smith works his way to the corner. Lance back behind. Lance Smith on the backhand. Goes to Bilski. Bilski spins around one. Stops up. Bilski knocked down. Bilski with 3 seconds. Smith with 2. Down to 1. He has to pull the trigger. One-timer would not go as the horn sounds for Lance Smith. But when we come back, it will be 16 seconds of 5-on-3 action. A chance for the Jaguars to tie, but after 2, it's number 8 Hempfield, 5, number 1 Thomas Jefferson, 4. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the conclusion of this one for you here on MVI Live and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Back here for period number 3. It's do or die for Thomas Jefferson. Down by 1 going into the third. They battle back. They look like they tied. But the game-tying goal was called off incidental contact as Brett Smith looked like he got his second. They'll have 16 seconds of 5-on-3 as a penalty called at the end of period number 2 to Hempfield. As you can see, 1 for 4 on the power play so far is Thomas Jefferson. The winner of number 1, TJ. Number 8, Hempfield will take on the winner of number 4, Penn Trafford. Number 5, Meadville. That game tomorrow, 8:30 at Palmer. That semifinal will take place March 15th, 7 p.m. at RMU. Currently going on right now is number 3, South Bayette, who finished just behind TJ in the West, is taking on number 6, Armstrong at Lebo. They'll play the winner of number 2, Franklin Regional, number 7, Butler. That game taking place at 6:30 tomorrow at Palmer before the PT Meadville matchup. Penalty went against Lloyd at the end of period number 2. So TJ, some 5-on-3 ice time, looking to take the lead back, or take the lead, or tie the game for the first time here in this game, I should say. As opening draw for period number 3 controlled by the Jaguars. There's Smith. Brett Smith carrying the load into the attacking end. Smith stops up. Fresh sheet of ice. Smith walks the line. Has Bilski, the captain. Bilski. Top of the circle. Bilski. Circles back. There's Smith now. Back to 5-on-4 now. Bilski, fans on the shot. Now it's Bilski. Wrapping behind. Bilski stops up. Surveys. Nick Stock. In front of the net goes to Smith. Lance Smith. Canceled out. Puck far side, Bruno. Can't dig it out. It's Lance Smith walking to the center of the ice. Now stopping up. Far side point Smith. Off the skate of Raymond. Back to Smith. Near side Brett. Brett Smith. Off the deflection. Keeps it alive. Now taken by Bilski. 1:10 remaining on the power play. It's Smith. Smith. Goes to Bilski. Bilski, top of the circle. Bilski walks in. Blocker save. Into the netting it goes as Francisco denies. Bilski trying to tie it up at 5. Face off won by the Spartans and back the other way. Here comes Bruno. Bruno backhand dump all the way behind the netminder. It's taken by Smith. Smith carries it to the near side. Brett Smith stops up, surveys his options, slows things down. 44 remaining on the power play for the Jaguars. Smith far side. Smith offside is the call with 15:40 remaining in the third. Here in period number 3, 41 remaining on the power play. As Thomas Jefferson, they've trailed basically the entirety. 9 seconds in, or I should say 10 seconds into this game, it was Hempfield striking from the sharp angle shots, and they have not looked back since. As it's controlled back behind by Smith, near side Lance Smith carries it up. Far side pass Oliver. He has a goal today. Oliver works his way in, stops up. Oliver to the half wall. Lance Smith. Smith back to Oliver. Oliver slides in front. Shot would not get through to Francisco. And back the other way. Bruno stops up. Bruno surveys his options. As that one's jammed back behind Smith. Picks up and carries it back the other way. Smith, near side to Lance. Lance Smith, cross rink. Oliver, back to even strength. Oliver walks in, fires, catches the end wall back behind. Now it's Jack Stock. Stock to McGurk, and that one's taken away by Horton. Clears it back out. Brett Smith, around 1, dumps it in. He'll go, or look for a change. Lance Smith comes off, on goes Spencer. Spencer waits the feed from Smith. Now Smith spins away. Backhanded up the boards, Oliver. Tries to jam it free, and it's taken back. That's by Stock. Up to McGurk. Working his way into the attacking end. Top of the circle, pulls to the backhand, back to the forehand. Toe save, Francisco. Now it's Oliver. Oliver changing direction. Oliver to the half wall. Smith skips it across. McGurk off the deflection. Has it taken away by Bush. Cleared back out by Horton. Now it's Smith. Far side he goes. Spencer over center red. Jams it in wide and wraps it around to the far side. From the far side to the near side corner. Smith can't take it away, and back the other way comes Bush. Bush off the deflection. Takes a hip check by Jack Stock. Backed off the boards by Raymond. Back to Hempfield Real Estate. That's where the Spartans regroup. From his own end, it's Lloyd. Lloyd, near side, off the hop. Taken by Smith. Brett Smith walking his way in. Knocked back out center red. It's Spencer. Spencer jams it around back below the goal line. 13:30 remaining in the third period. 5-4 lead for Hempfield. Thomas Jefferson 1 for 6 on the power play here this evening. They've scored 30 power play goals this season and stopping up. There's Planey taking off the puck. Eberhard shot blocked down. As Planey slow to get up, possible 2-on-1. Here comes Seiden tries to skitter it across, but a great play by Lloyd, and Seiden chipped into the end boards. Now it's Raymond in front. Seiden centers one through the goal mouth. Best off the half wall. Best shot to the back door. Loose in front. Still loose. And the puck cleared back to the point. Now it's Smith. Smith's shot catches the stick in the netting back behind. And it will stay in deep as Francisco seems a little shaken up after that last sequence, as he'll slowly make his way back to his feet. Battle for it on the half wall. Controlled over, that's by Stock. Tries to center one, taken away by Bruno. Bruno gets it off to Bush. Bush back to Bruno. Play is offsides with 12:34 remaining here in the third. Still a 5-4 lead for Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson. Best backhands it back into the Hempfield end. That's where it's taken over by Spihar. Near side pass, Zach Radilla. Radilla couldn't take it cleanly. Puck sits loose. Spihar takes it to where Bilski can play it and dump it back off a body on the Spartan bench with 12:17 remaining in the third. Face-off will come right in front of the Jaguar bench. 12:17 remaining in the third. Thomas Jefferson were victorious last year as the 5 seed, moving on to where they would lose to eventual champions Baldwin. No longer in 2A. As it's taken by Smith. Brett Smith has it knocked off his stick. That was by Zach Radilla. Now it's taken by Oliver. Oliver cuts far, slams it off the half wall, skitters around near side corner. Stock takes it away. Jack Stock. Up to Brett Smith. Smith circles in. Wrist shot deflected wide. Now it's taken by Oliver. Turning shot fanned on. Second opportunity pushed back behind. Wrapped to the near side. Brett Smith rolls to the middle of the ice. Changes direction. Smith has a lane. Wrist shot denied by Francisco. And he'll hang on long enough for the whistle with 11:45 remaining in the third. Hempfield has led almost the entire game. They scored 10 seconds into the first period on the goal by Eisman. Following it up was Bruno a minute 6 later. And then a power play goal by Eberhardt made it 3-0. Smith made it 3-1 before TJ on the 2-on-1 with Planey and Radilla would make it a 4-1 game. Thomas Jefferson has inched ever closer as Oliver tries to walk off the wall. Now it's taken by Brett Smith. Smith slides it in front, unable to get a stick on it was McGurk. And he'll circle back behind as it's ripped to the far side half wall. Spencer, first one there. McGurk, far side half wall, back behind. Stock, centering feed, canceled out. Here comes Dunlap, back the other way. Dunlap, far side, Eisman. Eisman works his way down the left wing. And the puck skitters into Seaman, and he'll hang on with 11:13 remaining in the third. 5-4 your score in favor of Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson sends it back into the Spartan end, as Passananti is the guilty party of icing with 11:06 remaining in the third. Still a 1-point advantage for the Hempfield Spartans over the Jaguars from Thomas Jefferson. Offensive zone draw controlled by Hempfield as the puck deflects wide to the near side corner. Taken by Brett Smith. Backhand pass by Raymond decided and jammed right back along by Smiley. Far side Horton canceled out for a second, but Dunlap follows up to keep play alive. Now it's Horton jamming it back below the goal line. Seaman sets things up for Brett Smith. Smith around one, backhand feed far side Allen, and they'll go no further as it's turned over and taken by Spencer back behind. Spencer down the near side. Spencer around one. Backhand feed turns it over. Off the deflection. Spencer gets it back. Far side the Jaguars control. Center and feed deflects back towards Smith, and it's chipped back out Radilla. Foot race for the puck. Spencer cancels out Radilla. Now it's Brett Smith, the defenseman, leading the charge once more. Smith on the half wall. Smith. Center and feed. Raymond. Puck trickles around in front. Now Bruno back the other way. Bruno up ahead. Radilla, possible 2-on-1. Radilla walks in, back to Bruno, slides back door, they score! It's Bush pushing it through the vacated cage. And Hempfield back up by 2. As Hempfield increases their lead once more. This time it's Damon Bush, his 13th. From Bruno and Radilla. And Hempfield back up by 2. Still 10 minutes to work for Thomas Jefferson, but now they're on the verge of hitting the panic button as Planey from the corner. Planey canceled out by Bilski, but Eberhardt teams up along with Bruno to jam it back down the distance. All the way it goes for icing with 9:41 remaining in the third. As Hempfield looking to deliver the first big upset of the PIHL postseason against number 1 Thomas Jefferson. Eberhardt slaps it around far side, controlled by the Spartans. Now it's Horton. Horton back the other way. Horton slap shot blocked down by Best. Best back the other way. Nick Best knifing his way into the attacking end. Best leading the charge. Best sharp angle shot. Shoulder save into the netting off of Francisco. Face-off will come stick side of Francisco. Oliver to take it versus Dunlap of Hempfield as this one to the middle in front. Jack Stock, he scores! What a goal by Jack Stock! Absolutely undressing Francisco, and the Jaguars bite right back. It's Jack Stock with a beauty. Off the face-off win, Stock pulls it to the backhand and stuffs it in. His 14th of the year, and the lead's back at 1. A huge goal by Jack Stock as this one's cleared back in. All the way down, icing is the call once more. 9:05 remaining in the third. 6-5 lead for Hempfield over Thomas Jefferson. It's one of those games you feel like if the Jaguars can find a way to get in front or get the advantage, that it might be their game to have, but that's the thing they've never been able to do yet today. Off an absolute beauty by Jack Stock. They're back within 1. Offensive zone draw, stick side of the netminder. As it's one back, Best shot through traffic, sticked away. There's Stock again, trying to stuff it free. Now it's Best. In front, that one skitters wide. Now Eberhardt thrown into the boards. Oliver sidestepping his way out. He fires one off the shoulder of Francisco. Now it's taken back to Best. Best slides it far side. Smith off the half wall. Knocked down. That was the netminder. Tries to stuff it in from below the goal line. Was Stock unsuccessfully. Bruno to Bush. He has the go-ahead tally. He's canceled out by Smith. Lucky no penalty for interference was called. And Lance Smith has his stick knocked out of his hand. No call will come that way as well, and now it will from the far side official. And with 8:17 remaining in the third, the Jaguar power play back to work. It hasn't been good today. They are 1 for 6. But they'll see what they can do this time by looking for the equalizer. As Zach Radilla, the guilty party. Face-off will come stick side of Francisco. The captain, Bilski, gets set to take it. Push back, that's Nick Stock to Smith. Smith walks the line. Now it's Bilski. Bilski circling his way around. Bilski to Nick Stock. The Jaguar gets pinned down in front. Shot through traffic, denied. Francisco Stock looking to put on the rebound. Eventually skitters wide. Raymond was pinned to the ice. Otherwise, that would have been a tap-in. Now it's Bilski. Bilski to Smith. Smith walks in, wrist shot, deflects wide. Now it's Lance Smith. Lance back to Brett. Brett has Bilski. Brett wrist shot through traffic, deflects loose. Falling back, puck still loose, and the whistle blows as the referee lost sight with 7:42 remaining in the third. Face-off will come in deep to the stick side of Francisco once more. 1:25 remaining on the minor to Zach Radilla. 7:42 remaining here in the third. Hempfield has led the entirety of this contest since 10 seconds in. Stock sends it back out, controlled by Lance Smith off to Brett. Brett Smith getting a full head of steam. Near side, Bilski, the captain, walks in. Bilski, wrist shot, he ties it! It's Bilski sniping it over the glove of Francisco. And 6 is on the board with 7:27 remaining in the third. The captain delivers on the power play. Colby Bilski, his 16th, make it 17th. 32nd point of the season. High glove goal for Colby Bilski. And this time the Jaguars do indeed tie. Brett Smith had one called off earlier looking for the tie. This one will count. And we are even for the first time since 0-0, which ended after 10 seconds of play. Can Horton answer back? Hempfield's been able to punch back every time the Jaguars have had life. It's Eisman with Horton canceled out. Far side, Lance Smith. Smith circles back behind. Smith. Now it's Eisman, sharp angle, almost skitters through on the near side. But tight to the post was Seaman. .650 remaining in the third. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Number 8 Hempfield laying it all on the line here this evening. They've led through the entire contest. As here comes Stock. Stock, wrist shot, blocker save, big rebound denied. Buzz Allen as Scotty Allen looking to beat Francisco to no avail. As Francisco had a little trouble tracking. An absolute thriller so far here this evening. 6:41 remaining in the third. Lloyd wraps it around. Lance Smith can't hold the line as Rodilla. Back the other way. Rodilla throws his weight into Smith, but he does not budge. Now Brett wraps it around to the line. Lloyd holds it, but sends it right to Lance Smith. Now it's Scotty Allen back the other way. Here comes Allen. Allen walks in. Allen circles back behind. Allen surveys, tries to send one through. Loose in front. Stock tried to jam it back on to no avail. Now it's Allen fighting for it. Puck ricochets near side. Controlled by Smith. Off to Bilski, back behind Stock, surveys, Stock, out to Smith, Brett Smith, changes direction, Smith, stops up on the half wall, Brett Smith, and the whistle blows in front, and a penalty coming, it appears to be possibly on the Jaguars' Allen. Actually, it might, not necessarily sure what we get the stoppage for, no penalty, and kind of just coming back out to neutral ice to drop the puck in a 6-6 game with 5:58 remaining in the third. Face off control by Hempfield. Jack Stock looked to take it away to no avail. Here comes Dunlap back the other way, and it's a turnover. McGurk back the other way into the attack end. McGurk top of the circle, wrist shot, pad save, and a huge rebound back out to the point. Brett Smith held it for a moment. Now it's Lance walking in. Lance Smith fires. Glove save by Francisco. And he hangs on. Francisco's had a couple of dandies with those gloves earlier in this game, including one down to our left. Absolute robbery by Francisco. We've seen it all. We've seen great saves, phenomenal goals, physicality, and high skill on demand on both ends. And it's 6-all with 5:39 remaining here in regulation. As back the other way we go. Dunlap will win the race, and icing will not come. Bilski pins him against the boards. Horton in there as well, along with Oliver. 4-player scrums at Skidder's far side. Jack Stock will pick it up and now leaves it for Lance Smith. Smith near side to Brett Smith. Brett Smith, bank pass off. McGurk has it jammed at the line, gets it back for a second for it, ricochets back out. There's Smith. Slides it McGurk. Around one, around another, lost the handle, back the other way, Eisman. Eisman can't get around Oliver. Oliver muscles his way into the attacking end. Now McGurk just tries to slide along, but Horton cancels out as the puck ricochets back to Spencer. One hands it along, Horton just backhand dump. He'll go off for a change as a fresh 4 coming on for Hempfield. Best surveys back behind. Best. Backhand feed near side connects. It's Spencer. Spencer banks one back out all the way down, and icing is the call on Thomas Jefferson with 4:36 remaining here, period number 3. 6-all on the board. Hempfield struck for the first 3. TJ answered with one of their own before Hempfield was able to make it 4-1. Then the Jaguars have scored 3 of 4. Was to put themselves back within 1, and then Hempfield got it back to a 2-goal advantage, and Thomas Jefferson answered with 2 straight for the second time this game to tie it up. Now Bilski looking for the lead. Here comes Bilski. Backhander slides wide as the captain was looking for his second. Bilski has Best. Bilski tries to wrap it out. Colby Bilski to the slot. Lost the handle. Near side. Best keeps it in for a second, but it's right back to Bush. Here comes Bush. He had the 6th goal of the game for Hempfield. Bush circles back. Wrap around would not go. Bilski just jams it off the stanchion and out on the far side with 3:58 remaining in the third. 6-all. An absolute thriller here from the Ice Castle this evening. Thomas Jefferson and Hempfield 1-8. It hasn't seemed like a 1-8 matchup here this evening. Hempfield has absolutely thrown everything they can at the number 1 seeded Jaguars. Horton in front. That one skitters to the goal mouth, and Seaman will hang on. Face-off will come stick side of the senior Seaman with 3:53 remaining in regulation. Back behind, it's Oliver. Make that Smith. Turns it over, sent right back in. Lance Smith. Far side, Lance Smith sends it up. Here comes Stock. Lost it, but following up Oliver. He overskates, he falls down. and it slid back out to Eisman. Eisman pushing it back the other way. Eisman turns it over to Stock. Now it's Oliver. As the Jaguars kind of taking it off their own teammates, leading to this chance by Eisman. Eisman centers one, knocked down by Smith. Followed up by McGurk. McGurk near side, joining the rush. That's Oliver. He has the handle now. Oliver working in. Oliver down the far side. Centers one in front. Never got through to Francisco. Is trying to tap it in for his second. Was Jack Stock. Off it goes. As back the other way comes Brett Smith around one. Smith muscles his way in. Smith wraps back behind with the puck on his stick. Puck on a string for Brett Smith. Now it's taken by the captain, Bilski. He has the equalizer. Back to Brett Smith. Smith in the corner. Centers one back out, and it's taken by Bush. Bush back out, canceled out by Nick Stock. Here comes Nick Stock. And the reverse hit by Nick Stock, leveling Lloyd. Here comes Nick, working his way in. What a move. Stock lost the handle, but he gets it back. Nick Stock doing it all here. Stock shuffles it towards the front. Raymond couldn't put it in. Now it's Bilski. Bilski back behind, has Stock. Centers one, Raymond blocked as it never got through. Now Radilla's turn. Canceled out by Best. All the way back down, and Radilla threw a shoulder, and now a full body into the body of Lance Smith. Best slides it far side. Nick Stock, 1:58 remaining in regulation. Back out it goes. Off the sticker, Radilla, in deep. First one there is Best. Bank pass off, that's to Raymond. Raymond. Here comes Raymond, back the other way, 3-on-3. He'll go off for a change. Oliver, 2-on-3 now. Oliver works back behind, waiting for reinforcements. Oliver, turning shot, would not go, trying to sneak it in short side. Oliver, once more, battling for it. Wrapped back behind. McGurk, far side corner, picks it up, pinned against the boards. 1:22 remaining in regulation. Dunlap, off the glass, pinballs back out. Best. Now it's taken by Spencer. Center red dump. In on the forecheck goes Jack Stock. Slid back out to Best. Best has it poked away. There's Planey. Canceled out by Best. Far side. Jack Stock turns it over. Got back by Spencer. Off the glass. Pinballs out. McGurk back the other way in stride. Here comes McGurk working in. McGurk circles back behind. Centering feed. Nobody home. And it's back out. Lance and Brett Smith back out defensively. Planey shot denied by Seaman. Smith skitters it near side and back out on edge. Ripped around by Eberhardt. Slowed down by Seaman. That's for Brett Smith. 28 away from overtime here this evening. Brett Smith back behind. Changes direction. He is so shifty out there. Here comes Smith. Smith walking in. Brett Smith right down Broadway. Shot blocked wide. Smith gets it back on the backhand. Smith to Raymond. Raymond off the half wall, down to 10. Poked away. There's Bush. Turns it over to Bilski. Bilski with 5. Bilski with 4. Turning shot denied. Bilski in front, and it's going to send us to overtime. Regulation between 1 and 8. It solved nothing. And Thomas Jefferson and Hempfield will play on. Thomas Jefferson 0-1 in overtime games this season. Hempfield is 0-1 as well. So one of these two teams will get their first overtime victory of the season. Thomas Jefferson, their first lead of the game is all they need. They take the lead now. They'll go on to the second round where they'll either take on number 4 Penn Trafford or number 5 Meadville. That game would be the 15th at Robert Morris. As we get closer and closer to overtime, we can run down and recap what has happened in this absolute thriller It all started 10 seconds in. Eisman from the far side corner snuck it past Seaman, 1-0 Hempfield. A minute 6 later, it was Bruno knocking it past the senior netminder. 2-0 number 8 Hempfield on top. And then Eberhardt on the feed from Damon Bush made it 3-0, and that's when Brett Smith took over, walking in all alone, ripping it over the glove, or the blocker, I should say, of the netminder. Francisco making it 3-1, but it would not stick into the second period. We would go 2-on-1. Radilla to Planey, and pinpoint into the empty net went Planey, and that made it 4-1 in favor of Hempfield. That's when some life started to turn to the Jaguars. It was Oliver, a turning screen shot on the power play, his 12th. That made it 4-2. And then quickly after, Nick Stock stuffing it in, making it just a 1-goal game before Radilla would answer back. Then Nick Stock would counter once more, putting it back to a 1-goal game at 5-4. And that's when a power play tally went on the board for Brett Smith, looking like he tied the game for Thomas Jefferson. That one would not stand. Incidental contact with the netminder, leading eventually to a Bush goal, making it 6-4. And Thomas Jefferson, a quick 2, beautiful goal by Jack Stock. And then the equalizer, it was the captain, Colby Bilski, forcing overtime. 6-all after regulation. It's going to take 7 to win it here this evening.
Alex, I'll join you here for the overtime period. Tried to get a little head start on my story for tomorrow's Mon Valley Independent, and also contributing for the Trib-Live High School Sports Network. But a thriller here at the Ice Castle.
Been absolutely electric here this evening between number 1 and number 8. Here comes Allen. Allen, shot would not go. Smith. Now it's taken by Allen, turning shot, deflects, loose, rebound, they score! OT winner hat trick for Nick Stock, and the Jaguars pour on Stock in the student section, sends the hats flying. OT winner for the Jaguars, and Nick Stock with the hat trick. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but number 1, Thomas Jefferson, is moving on to the semifinals once again. Nick Stock, Johnny on the spot, cleaning up the garbage. It took all of 10 seconds. And Thomas Jefferson, they led once in this entire game. And it was the game winner in the hat trick for Nick Stock. What a game as Thomas Jefferson moving on. Nick Stock, his 14th of the season, is what did it. An absolute thriller. And number 8 Hempfield gave number 1 absolutely everything they could handle here this evening.
A huge credit to Hempfield. I mean, what an unbelievable start to this game. 3 goals in the first 6 minutes. And what a comeback for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Just a remarkable game on both sides. Just phenomenal hockey here at the Ice Castle.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't think of a better game to have to start the PIHL playoffs in the 2A bracket, as this was the bottle opener. Just getting underway in 10 minutes is Armstrong and South Fayette. But man, oh man, what a game. And Nick Stock, the hat trick, the game winner, and the senior. He said, I'm not done yet, as TJ, they live to fight another day. 7-6, your final score here this evening. Run down the scoring for you one final time. It was a quick 3 for Hempfield. 10 seconds in, Eisman. 1:16 in, it was Bruno. And then Eberhardt on the power play, making it 3-0. Brett Smith would make it 3-1, and that's what it would be after one. Planey on a 2-on-1, and a dominant start for Thomas Jefferson would make it 4-1 Spartans. But that's when Thomas Jefferson came to life. A power play goal by Oliver, his 12th from Brett Smith. And then Nick Stock would pick up his first of the game, cutting the lead down to a 1-goal game. Before Zach Rodilla would answer back, Nick Stock would get it right back. That would make it at that point 5-4. And that's when it looked like Thomas Jefferson tied with Brett Smith. It would not count. Waved off, incidental contact with the netminder, and eventually the next goal would belong to Hempfield with Damon Bush getting his 13th, and then Thomas Jefferson got a pair. In the third, it was Jack Stock, his 14th, and then it was Colby Bilski, the captain, getting the equalizer for the OT winner for Nick Stock, the hat trick. Nick Stock, 3 goals in the game as both Stocks were onto the board, but hey, an absolute thriller, and we'll have more action for you tomorrow as the PIHL postseason continues. We'll have Avonworth and Ringgold from the Ross Draper Ice Gardens before we'll return here on Thursday for some more D2 action between Carrick and Wilmington and Bishop Canavan and Morgantown. But absolutely fantastic game here this evening. You got to give a huge shout out to number 8 Hempfield, giving Thomas Jefferson all they could handle, but the Jaguars proved to be too much in the end, and Nick Stock's hat trick game-winning goal gave Thomas Jefferson their only lead of the game in overtime to move them back to the semifinals in year number 1 for head coach Zeiler. But on behalf of Jose Negron, our cameraman Nick Hicks, I'm Alex Lyons saying thanks for tuning in for this thriller this evening from the Ice Castle. We'll see you tomorrow right here on MVI Live and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Your final score, TJ 7, Hempfield 6.